Hello, Assalamu alaikum students. I'm Yasir Ali from Islamia Wise College, Quetta, and lecturer English. Today we have got lecture number 2, that is a short story, and it's unit number 1. The name of this short story is The Selfish Giant, written by Oscar Wilde. Dear students, just like the previous lectures, we will definitely discuss this lecture in the light of important features and important points. But to make this story very, very clear, very comprehensive for my students, I would like to discuss certain points before I move towards the important features of the story. Dear students, the very first thing which is really very important is to discuss the important characters of the story. The characters are divided into two different categories. On one hand, we have got the central figure of the story, that is Selfish Giant, and on the other hand, we have children. Dear students, before I start to move towards the important features of the story, let's discuss some important things. The very first question I have in my mind, which students may have in their minds, that is, what is selfishness and what is being selfish? So if you talk about selfishness, so what I think, I have got the shortest definition for my students. Thinking about just one's own self is known as selfishness. And if we talk about a selfish personality, the one who just thinks about personal benefits is known as selfish. Dear students, the next thing which I have got in my mind, what are the disadvantages of being selfish or selfishness? So what I believe, there are so many people who have been blessed with so many blessings, but thing is that the people, those who are not going to share the blessings which have been blessed, definitely they are not going to flourish in the society. There are so many people, those who are who are able to help so many people, but they are not helping. They are thinking that it is better, it is better to keep on accumulating the worldly accumulation, worldly values. So day and night they are just collecting money, wealth, riches, bungalows, cars, and thinking that collecting these things will bring them great comfort. But what I believe, unless or until you share these blessings, you will not be able to enjoy these blessings which have been given to you by Allah Almighty. So disadvantages of selfishness is that if you are not going to be generous, believe in me, these blessings which you have will not be of any advantage or benefit for the person who is showing selfishness. So what is that? We must be very generous. We must share whatever we have. Definitely there will be increment in that. Now dear students, I am moving towards the important features of the story. In other words, these are the outlines of the story. If you go through these important points just like the previous lectures, definitely a very clear picture of the story will be just before you. So let's start from number 1. The point number 1 is the central. The story revolves around the selfish giant. The name of the story is The Selfish Giant. So the complete ideas and the complete story will be revolving around this central figure. Number 2, the selfish giant has a garden in his possession. He is having a very big garden in his possession, but the problem was that he does not want anybody to come in the garden and play. He just wants to enjoy by himself. Number 3, the giant does not want anyone to play or enjoy in this garden but he himself. This is what we call selfishness. Whatever you have, you do not want to share it with you, but you must share it with others. So there will be improvement, there will be increment in those blessings which you have. Number 4, but the children right after getting free from the school come and play in his garden. So the story tells us that children, those who were studying in the school right after getting free from the school, they come there and they play in the garden of the selfish giant. But the problem was that we know very well the selfish giant does not want anybody to come and play in the garden, but the students are coming, children are coming and playing there. Number 5, one day the giant comes after 7 years visiting his friend Cornishope, and he finds the children playing in his garden, which really makes him angry. The problem was that he basically does not want anybody to play, but when he comes and sees and finds children playing in his garden, so this definitely creates a great anger in his personality, and he wants to do something against them. So what happens? Number 6, he becomes angry and builds a wall around his garden so that the children may not come to play. He does not want to come. He does not want anybody to come in the garden. So what he does, he creates a wall around his garden so that somebody may not come, especially the children. Number 7, as the giant does this act, the whole garden starts to fade and spring stops coming in his garden. So what was the impact of that? Respectable student, one thing is very important to understand before we move towards any literary work, either that is a poem or a short story or anything else. There is one term, that is allegory. On one hand, it means the writer wants to move forward with two different stories. On one hand, we have surface story, which is very very easy, whatever you are reading and that is just in front of you. And another is hidden story, which you are supposed to understand right after going through the surface story. So same is the case with this story. On one hand, we are going through very very easy thing, which is very understandable, but in the essence of the story there is a hidden message which we really need to understand. Just like this, the garden, which was what is the beauty of the garden? It is full of greenery. It is full of beautiful trees and flowers and different types of things which are creating the beauty of the garden. But right after stopping the children, what happens to the garden? The garden starts fading away. I mean, the spring is not coming into his garden. It was not flourishing. Number 8, the whole garden gets trapped by autumn, wind, snow, snowfall, hail, etc. But the spring does not come to the giant's garden. What happens? Different elements which are related to autumn season, they all came and they started impounding the garden of the giant. But the only thing that was not coming, or that does not come to the garden of the giant, that was spring. That was creating a great embarrassment and great confusion for the giant. Number 9, one day there was a beautiful music in his garden. As he comes out, he sees that he finds children playing in his garden, who come in his garden through a hole in the wall. So as we know very well, as I told you, the giant stops the children to enter in his garden. And at the very movement, what happens to the garden? The garden stops flourishing. But what happened one day when he listens to, or finds that there is a beautiful music in his garden? So he opens the window, he checks that. So he finds children playing in his garden. They enter into the garden of the selfish giant through a hole in the wall, and the whole garden was again beautiful, full of greenery. The trees were enjoying, there were beautiful flowers. So everything was quite beautiful and the scenario was changed. 10. There comes spring in his garden, and only one tree has autumn, and there stands a child who is weeping because he cannot climb over the tree. So the whole garden was beautiful, all the children were playing, but at the one corner of the garden there was still autumn season. And there was a child who was standing there and weeping. So this creates a confusion for the giant. But the giant goes to that child and puts him on the branch of the tree. Thereupon, the giant realizes that the children are the most beautiful flowers. What happens? This complete change in the background, in the scenario. But the giant realizes that the real beauty of the garden with the children. Rather, the children are the most beautiful flower in the world. So what happens? Thereupon he changes his attitude and he breaks the wall and allows the children just to come in his garden and play. The giant opens his garden for the children and enjoys their games. Respectable student, this was a short or the brief scenario of the story. But the final scene of the short story was really heart-tendering and thought-provoking. What happens? The child whom the giant helped never comes. The giant keeps on asking about that child from other children, but they are not aware of the child. One day the giant finds the child. The child says to him that You let me play into your garden. Now I will take to you to my garden, which is the paradise. Then the giant is found dead under the tree, covered with white blossoms. So what happens, dear students? This is very, very important thing. One day, or the whole day, right after spending a great time, the giant was very curious to see that child whom he helped, and he keeps on asking the children where that child is, but they were not aware of the fact that where that child is, and they were rather saying that they did not see that child anywhere. But one day he finds that the child was present over there, and when the giant moves towards the child, so the child was there, and he tells the giant that you allowed me to play into your garden. Now I will take to my garden, and I will allow you just to enjoy over there. And thereupon the giant dies, and his dead body is full of flowers. So this has got a very deep message. One theme is that through this story, the author gives us the message of being nice to everyone. If you show kindness to others, God will show kindness to you. This is a clear message which we are understanding. Now, the discussion is that, dear students, definitely there are so many people in our society. They are blessed with so many blessings. They have so much in their authority, which is not having with the other person in the society. But thing is that here we got the message that when the giant adopted a very selfish attitude towards children, so the garden was not giving response. Rather, I must say the nature was not giving response. But as soon as the giant changed the attitude, the whole garden became in a changed form. It was fully flourished. So, one thing, he got the reward of his kindness and changing of attitude. In the world, in the shape of changing of the garden improved. And he was also rewarded by Allah Almighty. He showed mercy to the children. So he was given a very good reward in the form of the heaven. As the child, he might be an angel, and he offers him just to go with me into my garden, that is heaven. So the people, those who are doing good deeds, those who are being nice to others, definitely nature, Allah Almighty will be nice to them. So never try to be selfish. Don't ever try to think about yourself. And this is what our religion teaches us, what we call brotherhood. Whatever you are thinking for yourself, you must think for others. Whatever you are finding good for yourself, you must find it good for others. If somebody is needy, help them. Don't ever try to be very, very proud, rude, or adopt a very acrimonious attitude. If you are going to be nice and generous to others, definitely the result will be in your favor, and you will be happy forever. So this was what was the story about. Inshallah, in the next lecture we will be discussing other unit in the light of same. If you have some question, you can you can text me. We will definitely clear it. So this was all about that. Thank you very much. See you. Allah Hafiz.